Hello. It is a dark episode for November 11th, 2021, Remembrance Day, where, I guess we remember all the people who have fallen in wars, and, the horrible toll that takes on a human being, even if they, didn't fall in the war, exactly how much violence reverberates, how much it damage, scars, changes forever someone to have gone through war. I think about it as I am I am the third generation of extremely fortunate men who my grandfather was born in 1901 and was too young to be in World War One. My father was born in the 1940s. Sorry, the doodle is protecting the backyard from a raccoon, which seems to just have moved along. My father was born in the 1940s and thus didn't participate in World War II. Wasn't a soldier in World War II. My mother grew up in London while it was being bombed, so the civilian kind of trauma of war was there, and the kind of total war that we have nowadays. But I was born in the 1960s, and probably for me, it's like I was of an economic class and just an inclination that I never considered becoming a soldier myself, and there was no, all out war that would have just sucked everybody in. And now I'm somebody who's in my 50s who, if I experience war, it will be as a civilian, and the fallout that can happen there. And, wars have gotten steadily larger and larger to the point where, it's going to affect you very directly, probably going from World War II on, but I mean, even World War One, and, the amount of the Spanish influenza and everything else that reverberated out there. But yeah, and I mean, we're in a culture that sort of is, I mean, because we get all the backwash of the Americans. It's like, oh, violence is entertainment. You know, is sort of a thing. Our superheroes are basically kind of military figures, you know, that join the Avengers, join the army, kind of that kind of thing. So it's a lot of people make lip service to the great sacrifices that are soldiers, and they're always honored, and then you see these poor fuckers come home from war, be consumed by mental illness, by alcoholism, by drug use, and precious little help given them. And then sometimes you think of just exactly how fundamental, how damaging this stuff is. It's like, even if we did actually swing all our resources towards helping the soldiers, like how much could we do? I think we could do a hell of a lot more. But yeah. So I guess that's my remembrance on these days. My family's been, World War One blotted out generations of people in Britain who went to war, and in the other countries. I think about Britain because, mine I had uncles and things like that, great grand uncles and stuff like that who didn't survive, who are not even memories for me because they just never lived. But yeah, ones who survived, fucked up in their own ways. Um, you know, there's the whole thing of masculinity and being a soldier too. It's a thing of like, oh, I haven't been tested. Oh, haven't been forged by war. It's like, well, I haven't been fucking brutalized by war either. You know, I've been destroyed by war. I've been twisted by war. Um, but you honor the people who've been sucked into this fucking horrible thing that we do to each other for whatever the reasons. Some of them very just, some of them less so. And that's something else to think about is like, is there a good war? There's been some that we can definitely say that, even though our motivations may not have been, I don't know. I don't know. It is a complex discussion, and I'm probably not going to get much further yakking to myself in the backyard. All right, take the guppies in, go read, go to sleep. More videos later. Happy Remembrance Day, or Happy Remembrance Day. So it's Remembrance Day. More videos later.